It's a war. Let me left the fuck alone. You gotta really believe that. That's all I ever lived for. That's all I ever lived for. Doubt should be eliminated. You should be a doubt annihilator. My mentor told me that little man, I said, I want it all. I want it all. You can't what you wish for. You might get it. You kill people in the ring, you should kill doubt in your mind and in your soul and your heart. Kill it. It's dead.
Can't teach what he has in him. It's something that's ingrained in him. He's been like that for his whole life, and you know that's why you see something special every time you see him fight. Every time you see him do an interview, you know he's just a special person, and he's a part of a special show.
Excited about you and Floyd. Is that still happening, or is that?
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, it's happening. You think I give that up?
Mike Tyson was supposed to rest today. His team showed up expecting a day off. Instead, Iron Mike called everybody in and went to work. In the footage Netflix captured, it's not the footage of a 59-year-old man going through the motions. It's footage of a predator.
Today was the day he's supposed to rest, and then he called all of us to come here because he decided to train. My opinion was the best decision. This is the way Mike handle the things. He's supposed to rest, but he changed the idea, and you're here to push in as much.
Watch the way he moves on the heavy bag. That's not ceremonial. Those combinations have weight behind them. Real, legitimate, heavyweight weight. His trainer isn't lying when he says better every single day. You can see it. The defense is sharper. The head movement is cleaner. He went from wearing an extra large down to a large. And honestly, he still looks terrifying.
I bet every single day. His defense, his power, his speed, his endurance. Today he put everything together, the conditioning, everything that he needs to put a great show.
But here's what really has the boxing world spinning right now, and it's got nothing to do with training footage. Mike Tyson just sat down with Stephen A. Smith and absolutely torched Floyd Mayweather. In public, on camera, no filter. He called Floyd arrogant, self-absorbed, disconnected from reality. He said Floyd's flashy money displays look more like performance than proof of anything real.
Some fighter, great fighter, he's a little too into himself. He should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
And then, and this is where it got genuinely uncomfortable, Tyson said Floyd still owes him $1.5 million.
I think as much money as you think fighting
Floyd. Did you get paid from that?
He still owes me $1.5 million.
Here's what happened. Floyd pre-sold their fight using Tyson's name and likeness to a company in Dubai for $10 million cash. Their deal was 15%. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million, Mike's money. And according to Mike, he never saw it. I don't think I'm ever getting the money, he said. Just flat, matter of fact.
Maybe more.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just
Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai or like the Middle East for $10 million cash. We ended up doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid them. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company paid him that money, is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
That's not trash talk. That's a financial accusation made publicly. That's a different level. And then someone brought up Floyd's Vegas house, custom built in 2006, started listed at $14 million, reduced to 12, then 10, then 8, sold for 6.6. The cost to build it alone was 9 or 10 million. Floyd Mayweather, the man who used to throw $100 bills at nightclub crowds, got absolutely rinsed on his own house.
Just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think he's
He got
facing a bunch.
rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. Sold for 6.6.
Now let's talk about what's actually going on here, because there's a bigger story underneath all this. Business Insider reported an estimated $54 million in debt, property foreclosures, multiple lawsuits stacking up. Floyd's attorney denies everything, of course they do, but the headlines aren't slowing down. There's a $340 million lawsuit against Showtime sitting out there. Logan Paul is publicly saying Floyd never fully paid him from their 2021 exhibition. There are jewelry debts of $1.4 million, unpaid rent on a private New York apartment, private jet fuel bills in the hundreds of thousands, and reportedly, Floyd put up one of his jets and a property as collateral for a $54 million loan from a billionaire at 9% interest.
The house, by the way, like 2006.
Yeah.
Started at 14, reduced to 12,
Yeah.
10, 8 came on the market, and it was a lot of house for 8. Sold for 6.6.
Oh, he really got
Just the cost to build that house was 9 or 10.
Whoa, he got rinsed.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
It was huge.
Let's be real for a second. This is a man who made over $1 billion in his career. Some estimates say closer to $2 billion, and if he's sitting on $300 million right now, which would be generous, that means Floyd Mayweather has burned through 70% of everything he ever earned. Michael Irvin said it best. He was confused, genuinely confused, because Floyd didn't just make fighter money, Floyd flipped the whole game. He looked at Don King making hundreds of millions of dollars off other fighters, said no promoter, fired everybody, became his own promoter, and started cashing checks of $150, $160, $175 million per fight as both the fighter and the promoter. That was genius, real, legitimate genius.
Shocked me. Floyd Mayweather Jr. unretiring. He is 48 years old and going back in to fight again. He will announce that he's unretiring right after the exhibition fight he has against Mike Tyson in April. Now, I say when I see this, my mind went everywhere because I'm thinking all of the stuff that I've heard, like allegedly he's having money issues and money troubles. And then I didn't know if to believe that because I don't see how you went through that kind of money. And Floyd, I thought, was a brilliant businessman because he was the one that flipped the game. Remember the Don Kings and all of those promoters? They would come in and make hundreds of millions.
So how do you burn through that? Bugattis at $3 million, watches at $35 million, a lifestyle built entirely on the idea that the money never stops coming, except it did. And now, Roy Jones Jr. is in Mike Tyson's gym. Think about that for a second. This isn't some random trainer. This is the man who actually got in the ring with Tyson in 2020. Roy felt those punches firsthand. He knows what that peekaboo pressure feels like when Mike turns it up. Roy said it himself, Mike's power at 58 is still very real. During their own exhibition, there were moments where the force behind those shots was legitimately scary. They've brought in sparring partners in the 150 to 165 pound range, smaller, quicker guys who can mimic Floyd's shoulder roll and movement.
Mike, you're looking in phenomenal shape. You look shredded. You're supposed to fight Floyd next month, correct?
Yeah. Next month from now, we're ready, whatever.
How do you beat the shoulder roll? He's 50 and 0.
Huh?
How do you crack the shoulder roll?
Shit happens, you never know. Establish my importance in the boxing world more so than the amateur, than the professional fighting, because this is the future. You know, Mike Tyson got a great name, and that's over. That's gone. It's really bad, you know, that's gone though, this is the future. The kids don't understand that they're the future. They look at the great Mike Tyson. No, their turn is coming soon. By having the experience in the fight that'll come earlier. But their turn is coming where guys are going to say, wow, you're the man. Because that's what happened when these guys have all that fight. It's to so foregone conclusion until I.
And one of those sparring partners said afterwards that Mike's timing is way sharper than anyone expected. When he catches you clean, you feel the difference, every single time. The game plan Roy's been building focuses on two things: body shots and cutting off the ring. Floyd has never dealt with heavyweight body shots, never. Roy's been drilling Mike on ripping to the ribs, to the solar plexus, because once you slow that footwork down, everything opens up upstairs. They're also working on footwork patterns specifically designed to trap Floyd in corners without wasting energy chasing him around. And reportedly, Mike's ability to cut off the ring is already better now than it was during the Roy Jones fight. That's not nothing. Now, Sean Porter will tell you Mike didn't have 5 sparring sessions before the Jake Paul fight. He'll guarantee it. And watching that fight back, the movement, the conditioning, the frustration, Porter's probably right. He's all ketchup, Porter said. There's no mustard there anymore. He loves Mike, you can hear it, but he's being honest.
For his preparation to get in the ring with Jake Paul, Mike Tyson did 0 sparring. I would love for someone in his camp or anyone to come to me and say, yeah, he sparred. He had 2 sparring sessions. The dude didn't have 5 sparring sessions. I can guarantee that. How can I guarantee that? The way that he was moving and the kind of frustration and the way his conditioning wasn't there, you could see that it was directly because he did not spar. If he's gonna get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, the thing he needs more than he needed with Jake is timing. The timing just wasn't there in the fight with Jake Paul. If he's gonna get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, he's gonna have to do some sparring. He's gonna have to spar some, really fast guys.
Teddy Atlas wants Mike attacking the body early and often. Stay composed. Don't chase. Don't get emotional when Floyd makes you miss, because Floyd thrives on exactly that. The moment you get frustrated, he's already 3 steps ahead of you. Deontay Wilder, though, Wilder says power is the last thing to leave a fighter. And one mistake from Floyd, one moment of miscalculation, and Mike ends it right there. That's the puncher's argument. That's why the early betting money is flowing toward Tyson even at plus 450 odds. People understand that Floyd is a minus 700 favorite for a reason, but they also understand that one punch can end a conversation that 100 rounds of technical boxing couldn't. Leonard Perdomo, the guy they're calling the bare-knuckle Mike Tyson, put it bluntly. He said the Jake Paul event was bull. He said these aren't real fights, and even as someone who idolizes Tyson, he thinks getting back in the ring at 59, even for the money, doesn't make sense. But here's the uncomfortable truth Simon Jordan laid out cold and clear. None of our opinions about whether this fight makes sense actually matter. Netflix has 300 million subscribers. They're not putting this on because it's good for the sport. They're putting it on because the data says it works. Elite boxing, celebrity boxing, nostalgia boxing, it's all on the same menu now. And if millions of people tune in, the debates about sporting purity lose to raw viewership numbers. Every time, without exception.
Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, they fought too late in 2015 when they were 36 and 37 respectively, I think.
They're 47 and 48 now.
Yeah. So it is some would say a cynical land grab, a financial opportunity. But if people are prepared to pay it and Netflix are prepared to put it on and people want to watch it on their Netflix subscription and people want to subscribe to it, no harm, no foul.
Well, the thing is as well is that Netflix actually obviously clearly are starting to move into...
Tyson isn't just training for a payday. He genuinely believes Floyd disrespected him, owes him money, played him, took advantage. And Floyd's calling Mike easy work, saying he'll end it in 3 rounds, talking about crocodile shoes and Himalayan phones while he's training.
I got marble head. We call him lamb. His legs little, his body big. His lamb. Of course. He's tired by the 3rd round. Of course. You know my saying. Everybody know my saying. All work is easy work. I'm pointing to the easy work.
2 legends, 2 completely different relationships with legacy, with money, and with reality. One man is in the gym at 8 a.m. working until 6 p.m. because the people on the street call him the people's champ, and that still means something to him.
Round yet. Let's go. Come on, Mike. There we go. Using those legs now. Good. Stay in your stance. Stay in your stance.
Stay low, stay ready. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Come on, Mike. Yes, sir. Turn that ring off. Good. Low, stay ready, Mike. Stay low, stay ready. Hey, come on, Mike. There we go. Yes.
What more you do is just extras. Mike go home today, happy, confident, and knocking out. I did my thing. Now I'm gonna do conditioning. Can you imagine one more round, you're gonna feel tired, exhausted? No, we did 4, and now we go to do something extra now. Yes.
The other man built an empire on the idea that money is the legacy, and now might be fighting because that empire has some cracks in it. So here's what I want to know from you. Drop it in the comments right now. Is Mike Tyson doing this for pride, or is this just two guys chasing one last massive check? And if Floyd really is broke, does that change how you see the greatest undefeated record in boxing history?